You certainly had the potential for conflict in this meeting, given the fact that some of the people in attendance, including Tim Cook of Apple, Jeff Bezos of Amazon, among many others, had tangled with Donald Trump during the campaign. But that was not the Donald Trump who showed up. Campaign's over. He's moderated some of his rhetoric on some issues, and Donald Trump praised the tech executives gathered around that table as the best in the world and promised to have open lines of communication with them. Here's Donald Trump.
They're all talking about the bounce, so right now everybody in this room has to like me at least a little bit, but we're going to try and have that bounce continue. And perhaps even more importantly, we want you to keep going with the incredible innovation. There's nobody like you in the world. There's nobody like the people in this room. And anything we can do to help this go along, and we're going to be there for you. And you'll call my people, you'll call me. It doesn't make any difference. We have no formal chain of command around here.
Interesting phrasing during a meeting in which his vice president-elect Mike Pence was there, as well as incoming chief of staff Reince Priebus, to say no formal chain of command. He also had 3 of his children in attendance, as well as his son-in-law, Jared Kushner. That's going to fuel the questions that are raised about the mingling of business and government. But overall, this was a conciliatory meeting on trade. Donald Trump talked about facilitating expanded trade. That's the flip side of his message about threatening to use tariffs against China and other countries if they're not competing fairly, in his view, with the United States. The rubber hasn't hit the road, however. The policy choices haven't come, and one of the things to watch is the issue of immigration, especially since the incoming Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, has talked about restricting H-1B visas, which are very important to people in the Valley. That is not a position that was sharpened during that meeting yesterday, but we're going to see what happens in January, guys.
So I think what he meant, John, about no formal chain of command is that you can call me. I know you'll probably make the headline. Yes. You'll probably make the headline, Trump admits management structure is in disarray. That could be a good headline for you on that. But I don't think he really meant that. I think he meant that you can reach right up to me. You know what I mean? I don't think you could really look at that in a half-empty way.
Yes, I do think. I think that's exactly what he meant.
Okay, that's a good thing.
John, I got a couple of things. One is I talked to a couple people after the meeting, and there was a suggestion, even though I know Jeff Bezos said it was "quote unquote" productive, that they felt a bit like props in terms of the images and what took place there. That the meeting necessarily was not necessarily substantive and didn't have to happen the way it did. That it was more theater than a true meeting of sorts.
Well, no doubt about it. This was principally a symbolic gesture by the president-elect to an industry that is extremely important to the American economy. And again, as we discussed before, Donald Trump said in a rally the other day when some people in the crowd started saying, lock her up about Hillary Clinton, he said, well, that was good for us in the campaign, but we don't really care about that so much now. I think Donald Trump's attitude for the moment, he has said he's a counterpuncher, and so you notice that these companies did not say much coming out of that meeting, and I think there's a reason they're trying to keep their head down, even as they believe, as you indicate.
John, we got to run. My friend Mike Isaac had a great tweet yesterday. He wrote, unless they have questions on how to fix iTunes syncing problems, I don't understand why Trump's kids are in the room. And I found that those images about I don't understand what's going on with that. We have to have a longer conversation about that.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.